Hi everybody. So I am Dr. Sham. I'm a rheumatologist practicing in Chennai. So today we'll see how to treat ankylosing spondylitis. The treatment is pretty simple because we divide into two things. I always start with exercise as the first thing. Remember, in patients with ankylosing spondylitis, if you are not going to do exercise regularly, no point in taking a treatment. That is how I put it across to my patients. So exercise is going to be somebody once you gets diagnosed with ankylosing spondylitis or spondyloarthritis, irrespective of whether you have pain or no pain that day, you have to keep exercising. Usually ask them to do spine stretching exercise. The joints in the rib cage also can be involved, so we ask them to do breathing exercises also. Many time aquatic exercises, swimming helps a lot, particularly in these patients. Cycling helps, or some sports like a basketball, volleyball can help. So we can discuss about the various type of exercise with the patients, or even a yoga. A simple surya namaskar, if you're going to do some 8 to 10 times in the morning, will do a world of good for patients with ankylosing spondylitis. There are a lot of patient groups where patients together, they do the exercises together. So in ankylosing spondylitis, it is not just a general advice like every time you go to a doctor they tell diet and exercise. Not like that. Exercise is therapeutic in ankylosing spondylitis. So just taking a medicine or even an injection without exercise is not going to help. So remember, just discuss with your rheumatologist what are the type of exercises, and depending on, for example, somebody who already has a deformity or who already has some limitation, be careful. So you have to discuss with the physiotherapist like what all exercise can be done. Okay, so under the rheumatologist and physiotherapist supervision, you do those exercises. So the initial treatment is exercise, then followed medications. What are the things? So usually we give the painkillers. So again, everybody thinks painkillers means for pain relief. It is not a symptomatic treatment. These are called, medically we call it non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. So in ankylosing spondylitis, you have inflammation throughout the spine. So to cut down the inflammation, definitely we have to use a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug initially. See, all of us know that anti-inflammatory drugs like a painkiller can harm harmful side effects. So usually we don't advise it on a long term. So exercise plus or minus intermittent painkiller, that's what I tell my patients, definitely is a good option. In case if you are taking it little bit more frequently, always you can monitor your urea creatine, that is kidney function test, and take it. But in case if there is a situation where you are not able to stop a painkiller, you stop the painkiller, immediately get a pain, or even after taking a painkiller your pain is not coming under control, you have to go to the next level, that is called as biologics. This biological, as I told, it's particularly in this last couple of decades, once it came, there are many patients who have been bedridden, means who come in a stretcher, then with the biologics they just walk out. So it can make that much of a difference to the patient. Still there is an issue with regards to the cost. And definitely the other thing I was talking in rheumatoid is about the side effect profile of these drugs. Definitely we do discuss with the patient, but as I told, the benefit what they are going to offer, it will be far more than the risk associated with it. So biologicals are nothing but injections. They are available as drips, they are available as these days subcutaneous preparations. So you can discuss with the doctor based on whether you have only spine involvement, only eye involvement, or associated eye involvement, or associated bowel involvement, or associated psoriasis. Based on that, your doctor will be telling you which is the ideal biologic for you. Again, it was found in a way that in Western they take it in a long term, but here there are some people who do take it continuously. Only thing we try to space it. For example, if a drug has to be taken once in 2 months, one to decrease the risk of infection, and one to, for the cost reasons, we try to space it once in 3 months, 4 months. So this can discuss with your rheumatologist and take either continuously, or if you're able to manage with a 6 month one or say a 1 year period of biologics and stop it also, then it's fine. So it's exercise plus or minus NSAIDs, or exercise plus or minus biologics. This is the treatment. So exercise is common for everybody, whether that patient is going to be managed mild disease only with the anti-inflammatory drug like a painkiller, or he needs a biologics. That is the question. Then corticosteroids has been mentioned because some people present with the knee swelling. See, in ankylosing spondylitis, unlike rheumatoid arthritis, you won't get all the joints which will be involved. You will just have an isolated right knee, a right ankle, or a left knee, left ankle, or maybe a shoulder. So one or two joints, as I told before in one of the videos, intra-articular steroids are really a safer option. So that can be considered if only one or two joints are involved, because a knee swelling, if you take an intra-articular steroid, it's definitely safe. You will get a faster relief than taking continuously a painkiller for the same. So painkiller can be taken for the axial symptom, whereas for peripheral arthritis like a knee or ankle, an intra-articular steroid will do definitely will help a lot with very practically no side effects. So this is about the treatment of ankylosing spondylitis. Thank you.